¿Qué pasa, mi gente? Good morning, ladies and gentlemen. How's everybody doing today on this? I'm not quite sure what's happening Sunday. Kind of foggy, rainy, drizzly. I'm not sure, but it's warm. It's going to be a hot day today, which is great. So I'm sure many of you are asking, what the hell are you doing here on a Sunday morning? You don't do shows on Sunday morning. Well, the reality is there's no rest for the weary. I thought about a new show last night that I want to try off. I want to try and see where this goes. The name of the show is called Under the Radar. That's the name. And what's happening, and the reason why I want to do this show is because, again, daily we're being bombarded with distractions and news and squirrels and events and so on and so forth. And unfortunately, certain stories get hidden or squashed to the bottom. So what I want to do with this show is bring those stories to the top so people see that these things are still actually happening and so on and so forth. So Under the Radar's show is a show about not widely reported stories across the spectrum from Democrats, Republicans, and Trump. Okay? Let me know what you think about the comments about this show because I think it's really interesting. So let's get started. Um, First one we kind of know about, this is by The Guardian, bribery allegations against Trump border czar Tom Homan. Democrats are pushing for an investigation. That's not widely spread into allegations that Tom Homan accepted $50,000 undercover bribe in connection with immigration contracts. So this one has kind of made the news, kind of sort of. One day it does, one day it doesn't. But the fact that the Democrats are pushing for an investigation to me should be a much bigger story. So that's why this is here. The next one is by Wired. Again, this is going across Dems, Republicans, and Trump. Dark money funding Democratic influencers. The liberal dark money group, the 1630 Fund, is reportedly paying prominent Democratic leading influencers up to $8,000 a month to quietly push political messaging. Some contracts demand non-disclosure of the funding. So let's talk about that for a minute. I First of all, as a political commentator, I'm not taking any funding from anything. So that's that. So let me just throw that out there. The Democrats haven't called me up yet and said, "Hey, listen, we're going to write you a check, start speaking for us." Um, but what I find interesting about this story is the fact that this has been going on for decades on the right, and really bad people are funding them. Like places like Russia, for example, are funding these right-wing influencers. So we know about that. We've seen about that. There's been news about that. So why is it when the Democrats do it, it's now a big bad thing? I'm not sure there. Next one is reported by ArcSiv. Hidden bias in electoral maps is quietly crushing districts. New academic research shows that geographic polarization and gerrymandering have reduced the number of truly competitive congressional districts by over 25%. Gerrymandering is going to be the death of us. Why we haven't got rid of it years ago when we had the chance is beyond me, but we have to keep an eye on this. Here's one I'm sure nobody has seen so far. I didn't see it until this morning. Jack Schlossberg, do you know who he is? Jack Schlossberg, anybody? Eyes the New York House seat. In a surprising move, JFK's grandson, Jack Schlossberg, is reportedly considering a run for Jerry Nadler's seat, leveraging home recognition and non-traditional political persona. Again, purpose of the show, to tell you things that you're probably not hearing about, just so you know that they're happening. Okay, so we don't have to just focus on doom and gloom every day. Um, Lastly, the New York Post, Chris Van Hollen slams New York Democrats over Mondami endorsement. Senator Van Hollen publicly chastised New York Democrat leadership for being spineless and not backing Zohran Mondami, raising inter-party tensions. So that's the show, folks. It's a quickie. We're just going to do like 5 stories a day, 5 stories a week. And again, like I said, I think it's very important that we just don't lose sight, right? We're all focused over here when there's other shit happening over here. We kind of need to do this and make sure we're seeing everything. And again, that's the purpose of the show. So do let me know in the comments if you like this. If you want to see more of this, this will be blasted across social media within the hour. Have a great day, everybody. We'll see you soon. Bye bye.